Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Cub and welcome back to another episode of our 5-Head Island Survival Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza of awesomeness and fun times. This is a Let's Build episode. The goal was to expand the island out and finally get some farming going, so I started off by tidying things up. I took down our cobblestone generator from where it was and I moved it over to where our automatic lava production was, and I set it up there. The idea being that it didn't make sense to have all these pipes hanging around in the air. It just would be better if it was all kind of in one space. It would just look better and it be economy of space. That's what it's all about, is economy of space. Next thing I decided to do was move where I store things and where I construct things away from the trees, so it wouldn't be so cramped under there and I wouldn't have trees growing on my head while I'm trying to craft things. So I made another little area off to the side. One of the things I noticed I started doing in this series versus in a Sky Factory, and I didn't even really realize I was doing it, I don't build the same. In Sky Factory, I built all of these different decks. So you'd have like one deck for one thing, and then a little path, and then like another deck. Here, I seem to just be building one giant cobblestone landmass, and I didn't even know. Though you can tell I'm adding some stone in there, as well as some chiseled wood planks there as well. I think that's acacia wood. Put down some torches so monsters wouldn't spawn. You'll see a lot of Endermen. They're a hassle. They pop up inside of the monster spawner, and then they cause me a lot of grief. But what you see me doing there now is I'm creating different lanes for farming, and oh my gosh, that's pretty much what the rest of this is. It's collecting leaves using some shears, maturing them into dirt, because that's how that works, and then plopping the dirt down, trying to plant some different things. So I got some reeds, I got some carrots planted right there. You can see them on screen, and you're gonna be watching a lot of me going over there to those trees and just getting a lot of leaves. This took a long time. This took a very, very long time. I can't even begin to explain to you how long this took. I was listening to episodes of Nostalgia Critic. I was listening to episodes of some various Dungeons & Dragons podcasts. Drunks and Dragons, in this case, I believe is exactly what I was listening to. I was bouncing around to different forms of entertainment because I was slowly going insane from just constantly shearing off leaves and wishing that we had the ability to just tricapitate all of the logs out and then just like one-shot the leaves with a vein mine, but we don't. That's not in the pack. I didn't add it to the pack because, you know, it didn't feel right. That wasn't the mod author's original intention. But then again, maybe this is a series, so if I'm trying to entertain people, I should maybe install that mod just to make things go by a little quicker, make things a little easier. But I don't know. I don't want to be interrupting the integrity of a mod, so I won't say that's a thing we'll do. I'm not sure. But as you can see, I'm slowly getting some other things planted. I got about 4 cacti planted, a whole thing full of wheat, and I think some beets are planted over there next to the cacti, though I have a lot of beets now. I don't know what to do with them. Now, every so often you'll see me get into a battle with the Endermen. I don't think they best me in this video, but I have been killed by them after I got done recording. They're a real hassle. Eventually they'll teleport themselves into the water and kill themselves, but you know, they're a bit of a pain to deal with. You'll also notice that on the left side of the screen there, just off the island platform, I put down a lily pad, and in my head I was like, that'll grow, right? No, apparently it won't. It doesn't grow or expand or anything. It's still just there by itself. You'll also see me periodically run over to the monster farm and try to collect some more items. We've got a lot of resources now. Like, not late game amount of resources, but we're doing pretty good. I think that the last 3 episodes that we've got in the series before we wrap things up, we're gonna be able to do a lot of cool things, or renew. We might renew for another 10 seasons, I don't know. That's television, baby. You never know what's gonna happen. What's the plan? Nobody knows. I certainly don't. I mean, you would think I would. It's my series, but no, I'm just flying in by the seat of my pants. I've got no plan. So, the last and the final little area of grass, I didn't put anything on there except for a torch. The idea was that hopefully monsters, or not monsters, but animals would spawn there. And so far, we've gotten a pig. You don't see it in the video, but not long after this, we did get a pig, and he's our buddy now. We're gonna eventually, hopefully, get another one, and then you can see me hiding in the water from Enderman. Eventually, I get the bright idea of getting a bucket and doing battle with them that way, and it is kind of effective, but it's really strange wandering around the island and just having Endermen everywhere, because they're generally pretty rare, but no, not on this island. Now the last thing I did was I built a wall around sort of the main area of the island, and that was in case any animals did spawn, they didn't immediately go out into the water and drown. I made the decision not to completely encase everything in water though. Instead, I went ahead and just put my little area in water. My little area inside of walls is what I meant to say there. And then the monster spawner is outside of the walls. Why? Because I've had a couple of instances where the monster spawner is blown up and I've had monsters following me around. I was like, you know what would be a good idea? If I just have a wall between me and them. And coming up with how to do that was a bit difficult. That boat, you can literally take the boat on any surface. It's amazing. I originally tried to do doors, but I never liked the way it looked, and the mechanics of the doors didn't move in sync with each other. It was a bit frustrating, so I just eventually put down a gate, and then I added another gate near my crafting area so I could take the boat back and forth if I ever needed to, for whatever reason. I like having the boat. Sometimes I just like sailing around in it. It's a good time. Taking it on land. It's a land boat. But that does it for this episode. Thank you folks all for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!